DevReady started as, use the term living document. There was a Google Doc that would run and it would just turn into a slow, sluggish piece of shit by the end of a DevReady because there's so much content in the one document and screenshots and all this stuff. And then it evolved into, we'll do it all in Confluence. So then it ties closer where the developers live, connected to the Jiras where they can work. That turned into a slow piece of crap for us as well. There was just so many links and so much content we were creating. I think we had been toying with the idea of, all right, we need to build an AI version of DevReady, but we started these discussions in 2018.
We did. We were looking at how we're going to...
We were looking at it very early.
Suck data off... I think one of the early concepts we had was, let's go and look at products that are out there, suck their user guides and facts off and see if we can build an AI version to help us plan stuff.
Yeah. And then now we're models and doing full proper data science, which we didn't have the skill set on the team to do. And I didn't want to go and become a temporary data scientist. And then it was really just, all right, that's something we have to do. Think I've attempted to build a DevReady platform 4 or 5 different times over those 10 years.
Yep.
Starting out from like, all right, this is a tool where we do the estimates on, and then it goes down to task level and just variations of that. And then as I learn things, I'll try and recreate it because that one was no good or something better. And then really we're getting into this AI things coming out that we're seeing. I still remember telling everyone about there's these things happening where the AI can write content for you. And it's written a research paper about 2 scientists going into some unknown valley in Peru and finding unicorns. And it was written like a full proper white paper, and they turned that service off. I don't think any of us realized how big of a moment that was going to be. And I didn't realize either. And I was telling everyone about this, but I didn't realize what that will turn into. And that would have been end of 2018, early 2019.
About that time, I remember seeing this article. Were you sharing it? And oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I was telling it to everyone. And then we're like, all right, there's going to be a lot of fake news coming up with the elections and Donald Trump. And that's where it sort of always came up to, you won't be able to trust anything on the internet. And then OpenAI got released. So that's when Elon Musk was part of it and came up with the idea. And, we got access to GPT-2. All right, we went and tested it. Cool, we can make a blog post. And that was the last we ever saw of OpenAI until the end of 2019, when that's now the start of the LLM. Some people saying like a 4th industrial revolution that's going to change the way we do things. But it's not really until that point, maybe a year later, when we're like, there's this thing that's really important. I still hadn't gotten my head wrapped around it. Andrew was using it every day from, I think it was like end of November 2019.
I jumped right into
2022 or something. It was a while. Yeah, we had access, didn't use it. Then you jumped into it straight away. And then I was getting into it every day. And then at one point, I'm like, all right, using it enough. It just, the gears clicked in my head and like, it actually writes content for anything you do. And a lot of my job is writing content daily about user stories, requirements, rules. And I just started prototyping and evolving. And then that was really set the basis. Like, I think I can make a system that does this for us, or it helps us get to the point where I can review it and gives us content that we need to save a lot of time. And that was really the light bulb. Was one night sitting on the table playing with it, messaging Andrew. I was like, all right, just go give it a go, man. Start building it.
It was February, March last year. It sort of started. You prototyped it all in OpenAI, and is step-by-step process. And you come up with a concept of, what if we could give people a set of questions at that time? We used to send out surveys years ago, remember, to clients around there before they came into DevReady, and that was just a waste of everyone's time. The workshops got more information.
You get no answers or 1 or 2 word answers.
Yeah, so that created the 8 questions now that we have. And exciting news is we just launched the product, the first version, beta version of DevReady.AI, which is the beginning, the DevReady brief that we would get people to before we started anything. You can now go and get a DevReady brief just in the space of 10, 15 minutes. If you want to spend more time evolving and co-creating with the AI, it will get you there in maybe an hour. Just depends on how much effort you want to put into that. But that's a massive leg up that used to take us days to get to, and a number of workshops with customers just to get to that point, let alone what came after that.
Yeah, and fun fact about the brief, the reason we really started that was we were doing a project proposal with a client in Italy, and we weren't sure they were understanding what we were saying. So then I came with the idea, let's summarize this in a brief so he's clear on what we're talking about and make sure that there's no gaps there, even more than before we get into the DevReady. So that's really the first step. And then that survey came out of, all right, we've been sending these things out. We asked these questions. In our head, we couldn't systemize the questions because we get the same result. We just get people not answering them. And then I thought, all right, let's just get some hints, tell people how to answer them. And then that evolved into the next night on the couch saying, I'll just get AI to answer the question for you, and then you can evolve it. And then I was like, all right, now I can quickly test and iterate because I can get an answer. And at that point, it was like, all right, it takes a minute to answer a question. Today, it's taking 3-4 seconds. That's how fast it's evolved in that time as it
It's
is.
true. It's so fast now. But that's revolutionized our core business area on without putting a product on the marketplace. Our goal is with DevReady AI, support non-techs, people that are really stuck on the, we've got an idea, we're looking to get clarity on that. We might want to build an app for our business that's all about scheduling and maintenance and sending people out on site. How might we structure that? What do we need to think about? And it'll give you a really good framework which will cover key requirements, unique selling points. You'll also get some core flows, some architectural things to consider. A number of those things, like I said, will take days to get to. So it's a massive leg up for that community that's really just early stage looking to plan a product. Where the fun is actually internally in our business today. And that's where you've taken our DevReady process and basically 10x the speed of it.